Dear students, today I'm going to discuss industrial drives and application module 3. The next topic of your speed control of induction motor, that is a variable frequency control of induction motor drive. Okay, so in the last class I have discussed speed control of induction motor from stator side, that is voltage control method. Okay, in voltage control method there are some drawbacks. What are the drawbacks means main disadvantages of the voltage control method to control the speed. In order to control the speed of the induction motor is here limited speed control. Okay, this the only we can control the limited speed using voltage control method. So if you keep on reduce the voltage or increase voltage or decrease voltage, the torque will get affect, so the induced torque will be reduced. So that and also this stator voltage control method, it will be applicable only for with low voltage control. If the voltage level is very low, and that type if the voltage level is very low means and it is not uh, able to drive the load, it is not able to drive the load means that the induced torque will not be there. There will not be any interaction between the induced torque and the load torque, and this will have only limited speed. So if you keep on reduce the voltage to some different level, low level, what will happen? Your slip will increase and your speed will decrease. The other disadvantages of this voltage control method is the reduction in voltage leads increase in current, so that your rotor current will increase, so that the starting current also will increase. So if you want to do prolonged operation with this high starting current, this will create heating in the motor windings. Okay, this will create heating in the motor windings. So these are the major disadvantages of stator voltage control method. Okay, stator voltage control method. The next method I'm going to discuss a variable frequency voltage control method in order to control the speed of the induction motor. So here also we are going to control the frequency at the stator side. Here also we are going to control the speed at the stator side. Okay, variable frequency control method of induction motor drive to achieve the synchronous speed. Therefore the motor speed will be controlled by varying the supply voltage. Okay, and here the induced torque is directly proportional to the supply frequency and the air gap flux. Okay, here we are going to achieve the controlling of the speed by varying the frequency. Okay, we know that your rotor speed will be nr. Okay, the rotor speed nr will be is equal to your synchronous speed into 1 minus s. This is your rotor speed. Already we know the basics equation. The rotor speed will be is equal to ns 1 minus s, and the synchronous speed will be given as 120 f divided by p. The synchronous speed will be given by 120 f divided by p. This also we know, this is very basics. And the frequency changes means the synchronous speed value also change. If ns changes means your slip should be maintained constant and the rotor speed will be changed. So this is the condition here we are going to implement. Okay, and if the here it is given that if the stator drop is neglected, the terminal voltage can be considered directly proportional to frequency and the flux. Okay, so the frequency changes means nothing but you can increase the frequency or decrease the frequency, and that is nothing but your rated frequency should be less than the supply frequency. Okay, so what is the conditions we are going to adapt means here the rated frequency should be less than the supply frequency. Okay, so in here the frequency changes means either you can increase or decrease, means that is nothing but your rated frequency should be less than the supply frequency, or your rated frequency should be greater than the supply frequency. Okay, so here increasing or decreasing the frequency can change the we will see the speed of the motor. Okay, so by increasing or decreasing the frequency we are going to see the speed of the motor. And also one more concept, that is the flux. Here flux is very important. The flux is directly proportional to v1 divided by f. Okay, so if if you are going to increase frequency or decrease frequency, according to that your flux will increase or decrease. Okay, increase frequency, decrease frequency means in what way you are going to increase the frequency or decrease the frequency means the rated frequency should be less than the supply frequency, or the rated frequency should be greater than the supply frequency. Okay, so in that way we are going to increase or decrease the frequency. And here the frequency, if frequency increases, okay, your frequency increases means your flux will decrease. Okay, your flux will decrease. If frequency decreases means your flux will increase, and the flux is directly proportional to V1 divided by F. Okay, if, and one more thing, if the flux increases means automatically the magnetizing current will also increase. If the flux increases means the magnetizing current will also increase. Okay, flux increases means the magnetizing current will also increase, so that your input current and your output current, that is your I0 current as well as your I1 current also will increase. I0 current, I0 current, your I1 current is also will increase. And what will happen finally, your no load power factor, no load power factor, that is cos theta. Okay, no load power factor cos theta, what will happen, that also increase. No load power factor will increase, and your full load power is also increase. Okay, no load power as well as full load power is also increase, so all will be increase, so that this finally was sorry your frequency increases means your flux will decrease. Your frequency decreases means your flux will increase, so that your magnetizing current is also increase. Finally what will happen, your cos theta, okay, cos theta 0, cos theta 0 will decrease, so that your cos pi will decrease. Okay, that is the power factor. The power factor will decrease. So the effect of frequency, effect of decrease in frequency, keeping your V1 constant. Okay, so if the flux increases means the power factor will decrease. Okay, the power factor will decrease. So if the power factor is decreasing means what is the disadvantages means the magnetizing current will be more. The magnetizing current will be more. If the flux is increasing means then what will happen, your motor core goes deep saturation. Your motor core will goes for deep saturation, and this will not be good for your bus bar. Okay, so we have to increase your voltage and frequency simultaneously in order to maintain the flux constant, so that we can control the speed of the induction motor. That again this further things, how to control the frequency as well as voltage simultaneously in order to control the speed of the motor, that we will discuss in the next session. Okay, thank you students.